talked about the obstacles and the barriers and why the reasons why we're not productive, hopefully it just kind of made you see what can get into the way so you can avoid it in the future. So now we're going to talk about the philosophy and the positive things about productivity and how to get more productive. The first thing is what we call strategies. And strategies are divided into 2 points. How you think and how you behave. Because how you think influences how you behave. So how you think is what we call philosophies. And how you behave are your habits and routines. So philosophies for strategy is clarity, is focus, alignment, slowing down, commitment, and courage. So we need to follow these principles or these strategies to have better productivity. So clarity, again, is clarity of where we're going, what we want to do, who we are on the inside out. It's like clarity is not having these butterfly flaps in our brain. It's not knowing, like, am I motivated or not? So to be crystal clear on where you want to go, what is your plan, where you want to be, how you want to show up, what is your legacy on the long run. And most importantly, clarity of where you are today. What is your inventory? What are your skills? What are your talent? What are your weaknesses? And people usually try always to work on their weaknesses. They tell you, I'm working on my weaknesses. Even when you interview people, they tell you, I'm working on the weaknesses. And actually, it's enough to know your weaknesses, not to ignore them, but to know them, but to work more on your strength. When you work more on your strength, you get better results and better productivity. Instead of going through negative loops to your weakness. It's like having a child, and the child tells you, you know what, I want to play piano. I want to learn music. And you tell them, no, you have to play football because you're going to be an NFL star, right? And you push your kid to play football, and at best, they're going to be just an okay player. They will never be an NFL star. But you're pushing them, you know, and they might be a mediocre football player or just an okay football player, and they will hate training. They will hate every single moment of it. But if you had let them learn music, they might have been like a great pianist. You know, that's what I mean. No, because they did not use their strength, which is piano playing or music or learning music, but they used the weakness, which was football playing. And that's why I say, look at your strength more than your weaknesses. It's positive against negative. What brings you really joy and purpose in your life? What makes you feel like, yes, I'm happy? Do we know what makes us happy? One thing, Curtis. What makes you happy, brings you joy?
Brings me joy. See my kids happy.
Okay, Darren, we need to be more specific, but that's good. One thing that brings you joy, that you go like, I'm happy.
I can't think of a specific thing.
Really?
Yeah.
Is there, okay, good weather, walking, music, reading?
It all brings joy.
It all brings, but you don't have something very specific that brings you more joy than anything else.
Maybe just being outside.
Okay. So start somewhere. Because believe it or not, sometimes people do not realize what brings them joy. So it's important to start somewhere and keep drilling down. Like when we talk about purpose and passion, a lot of people don't even know what that is. You know, so it's important to start at least the journey to knowing where you are and where they are. Because this is the start of knowing who you are and what brings you joy. Because when you know what brings you joy and happiness, you work towards it. You know where to focus, because clarity is important on where to go, where you are basically happy. And exploring also what's between you and achieving these dreams and this great things that can happen in life. One thing that, you know why it's important also to know the joy and happiness? Because we can set that as a reward when we do something good. When we produce what we need to, productivity goes to the level that we are, we say, okay, on the weekend, I'll go to the beach. On weekend, I'll go to the mountain. And this will be our rewards till it becomes, again, a habit. Okay, I need to reward myself, but I can't reward myself till I do this. So it becomes a positive circle rather than a negative circle. And maybe extend the 5 minutes to 10 minutes. So this is what I mean by clarity. If we are not clear, we will never achieve where we're going. It's like, if I want to go away, I can say for a year I want to go away if I'm not clear about where I want to go. Okay, it's a journey. The second part is focus, and it's exactly what we were saying right now. It's focusing on what you really want. It's your self-mastery. Again, it's living in the moment, no multitasking. You know, eliminate the energy vampires and the time robbers. The time robbers is when you keep going through things over and over and over. In the solutions that we're going to have, touch things only one time. So if you read an email, don't say, okay, I'll respond to it later. 90% of the time, you will forget to respond. You take a bill, okay, I'll pay it later, and then you're late and you're paying late fees. So touch everything one time. You get the bill, pay it, let it go. You get an email, answer, let it go. You are working on a project, end it and let it go. Touch everything only once.
That's my biggest flaw. Like, I'll let it go. So all you need to listen right now.
So now you know what to do.
Grab it, pick it.
Grab it back, you know, bring yourself to the present, bring yourself to the moment, and just finish it. Remember, whatever you procrastinate about becomes worse in the future. So we need to deal with everything now. Let's finish with it. And we're going to talk about something called slow down to move fast. So you need to take care of things now and let it go so it won't take a lot of time. And a lot of time will bring you down, you will not be motivated, and you go into the negative cycle of not being productive. Okay? So that's what I mean by focusing. And also create boundaries to protect your time. Don't let people rob your time. Don't say yes to everything. So these are already solutions for you to do. Learn to say no in a positive way. Then we have the alignment. Know who you are on the inside and don't be a people pleaser. Align what you want to be with how you act. So your productivity, especially know what's your passion and what's your purpose. And we're going to talk about that later on. What do they mean? And look at the big picture and try to follow where you want to be. Again, it's all of a journey. It's your destination, knowing where is it. And it's not only about work. Productivity affects all areas of our life. You know what I mean? It's like you have duties at home, you have chores at home, you have love to give at home, you have compassion to give at home, you have challenges at home, you have to give consulting at home, you have to help your kids. So there is a lot of your productivity, and productivity is not only to produce at work and finish your job and your project on time. Productivity is throughout your whole life. Are you productive in your community? Are you productive in charity? Are you productive in your church or in your temple or in your mosque? Are you productive anywhere you go? Productivity is not only in one area. Productivity is our whole life. How we are productive to the way we are impacting life about us. Because we are not sole human beings. We have people around us. How is our productivity on a bigger level helping that? Like Darren, for example, you deal with a lot of people in a lot of public, right, into the library. How is my productivity, my energy, my motivation is affecting these people? You can change someone's life that day by talking to them in a kind way, you know, by saying a nice thing. And I think the best thing that can bring us also our energy is be of service to others or be kind to others. And the way we are kind and be of service to others, it brings our energy up. You know, it might be one of the joys that you have. And then slowing down. This is what I was doing, I was saying right now. Slowing down before you get on the road, okay? Before you go to your car in the morning, make sure to have your car keys, your home keys, your bag, your cell phone. You know, if you have folders with you, if you have a jacket, if you have an umbrella, if it's raining. How many times you rushed out of home, you forgot your cell phone? You forgot your keys. So you need to slow down to speed up. Because if not, I personally, before concentrating, I would like go up to down the street and then remember that I don't have my phone, and I would do a U-turn and go back to pick it up. Or I forgot the USB that has my presentation. So I need to go. So you know what I do now when I have a presentation to go? You know, this is what I slow down to produce more. So I have the USB, right? And I send my presentation to a virtual drive, to like the cloud, you know, where it's on my Google Drive or something. So even if anything happens to my USB, I can get into even to my phone and get the presentation and download it and have it to be present. So I slow down to produce more. Instead of going someplace and say, like, okay, it's not here, what am I going to do? You know, so you prepare yourself to be more productive. You slow down to move forward. And Lauren, keep a log and a journal also for what you do, what helps, what works for you in a better way. And then we have commitment and courage. Without commitment, you're not going to go anywhere. So you need to commit. Who is better in your life to commit to better than yourself? You need to commit to your joy, to your happiness, to more productivity, to have more impact on life. Stay flexible because things will change in your life. Accept change. Know the why you're doing the things that you're doing. You know, why is it part of your job that you have to do, so you need to do it, so it become part of joy? Because and it depends again how you look at your job. Do you say like, oh, I have to work today? Or is it like, you know what, yeah, it's not always all right. Sometimes it's up, sometimes it's down, but it's great because it puts food on the table for my family. Yes?
Why is change such an issue for a lot of people?
Because it takes them out of their comfort zone.
Is that what it is?
Because it brings them to the unknown.
But it's so negative. It's just,
And you know what? If we only realize that change is the only constant in life, we will be okay. Comfort zone is like a circle that you put yourself inside. Like why people, for example, stay in toxic relationships, knowing that it's a toxic relationship. Because I know the good, bad, and ugly. I don't have surprises. And I know how to deal with each one of them. So I don't have to adventure myself somewhere else. But people, you know, the minute they realize that miracles happen really out of that comfort zone, you know, it's the anxiety, it's the fear. Again, you know, the change is the fear of the unknown. What if I'm going to change and I'm going to fail? What if I'm going to change and people are going to ridicule me? What if I change and I'm going to lose what I already have, good, bad, or ugly? What if I change, you know, and people will not accept me? It's, again, everything is rooted in fear. That's why people fear change or don't like change. Because it's out of the comfort zone. It's status quo. And status quo will never take you anywhere. You know, it puts you where you are. And also, we all have a different definition of success. Success is not one definition. So Jessica, if I ask you, what is the definition of success for you? We need to dig down. You know, we are so used to generic definitions that it doesn't touch us. And when it doesn't touch us, it doesn't emotionally moves us to do it. And that's why we need emotionally to connect with everything we do. That's why emotional intelligence is so important. You know, so you need to drill down, yes, I want to be a better wife. And then a better girlfriend, a better daughter, a better neighbor, a better community member. And also you need to dig down, what does better means? What should I do to be better? You know, so it's about digging down. Whenever you want to get into a definition, try to ask yourself at least 3 whys. Why I'm doing what I'm doing. Drill it down 3 to 5 levels. Okay. You define what success means. How can you attain it? You know what I mean? Yeah. If I keep saying, I want to lose weight, you know, I can be till the end of my life trying to lose weight, not knowing what I mean. But if I want to say, I want to lose 20 pounds this year, you know, by working out 20 minutes a week, by eating 1,400 calories, 1,200 calories a day, you know, by measuring how much weight I lost every week, is that better or just saying losing weight better? Being specific. So we need to move from abstract to concrete. This is the only way our brain can work with us. So what does success mean? And I'm not not putting you on the spot, I promise. You know, but just like, so we can all help each other with that. What does success means to you in work? By the way, is not an external thing. Happiness, no one gives you happiness. No resource gives you happiness. No condition gives you happiness. Happiness is an internal character that you give yourself. It comes from inside. So you need to start defining, what does success means to you? What does wealth means to you? Like, for example, for me, being rich, meaning I have enough money in my bank account to pay my bills and to travel the world like I do, to drive the car that I want and live in the area that I want. What does success means to me? That I have work, I have fun doing my work, I have fun going away with my husband, you know, and have enough money for both of us to enjoy our life. That's what success means to me. And enjoying our life meaning traveling. You know, for us, traveling and going and discovering new places is our joy. So it's defined already. It's simple. Yeah, it's very simple. But this is what success means to me. You don't know what success is or who you want to be. Imagine this. This is a very simple exercise. I mean, Stephen Covey says it in the 7 Habits of Highly Effective People, but he does it in a very morose way. So I'm not going to share the way. I'm going to share it my way. You are at your retirement day, and someone is standing up speaking about you. What do you want them to say? What you want your legacy to be? Work it backwards. Food for thought, right?
Yeah.
Just think about it this way. You are there, and Stephen Covey put it in a very mortal way. He says, like, you're dead, you know, your tombstone, what does it say? You know what I mean? But for me, is I think retiring and your legacy, you know, because you're still alive and you still can change it, what is it that you want it to say? And work it backwards. That will give you the happiness, that will give you the success and everything. And your definition is your own definition. And then have the courage to follow through. Courage comes from the word cur. In Latin, cur means heart. So your courage actually comes from your heart, not from your brain. And courage is acting despite of fear. Not that you don't have fear. There is no one that doesn't have fear, but it's acting despite of fear. So